Psychonauts.
Hey,
Greetings.
Psychonauts.
First interview. We got one of the future super high dosers here, O'Shea. Yeah, we're
What's
going
up?
to talk about our shamanic dose on Halloween, and also how we got into it in the beginning. We did a 2-gram jaunt just to fill it out, and we went heroic on Halloween. So he has a metaphysics background. That's where we met in a elements class. Nico, shout out Nico.
Shout out Nico. That's dope. Yeah.
So we did an earth class. That's where we met, and then next thing you know, we're on a mountain doing 2 grams with a group, and then next thing we know, on Halloween we did a crazy 8-gram trip, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about the 2-gram first. So yeah, let's get going. So you got anything to add before we start, or?
Oh, dude. Not yet. Nah.
All right.
I guess just going into it
Let's
and
get
stuff.
going. Okay, so we
Like a trip. You don't know what you're gonna get.
So this is what I use the protocol. I take somebody up. We take a small dose, 2 or 3 grams, and usually 2, and kind of see how they respond. And he took it, responded like a champ, and so we went up with also Kelly and a couple other
Shout
people.
Kelly.
And she also was up on our 2-gram trip, and we had what I remember from that trip is,
Yeah.
I remember you were seeing shit behind you, and he was feeling extra some presence here, and then nothing really. It wasn't a strong trip. It was just kind of a chill chatting session, but
That's a good way to describe it.
and he just we were just talking about what we're gonna do in the future and how we're gonna progress for the next trip, and I just remember him and Gary also was there.
Yeah,
And we were feeling different presences. So Gary saw a white druidess lady, and I don't know who you saw. You saw somebody, right? So that's all I remember. Remember anything else from that? I don't remember too much from that trip.
Dude, didn't you take like 5 or 6?
Yeah, I did 4.
Yeah.
I did 4 or 5. I always do more. Well, if I
Yeah.
do a story, they did a couple, and I felt he was ready, and so we went in. He was a little hesitant at first, but
Oh yeah, I hadn't tripped in like, I think it's like going on 3 years, and that sounds funny. I hadn't tripped in like a long time, and I'm still like young and stuff like that, and I was kind of like whenever I feel like if you guys get the same feeling, like you get that pre-jitters and stuff like that, if you don't just go with it, you're never gonna do it and stuff like that. So it's like I might as well just do it, and right after I took it, part of me said, oh, imagine, and for anyone that like wants this information, like imagine 2 crystalline dragons around you, protecting you and your energy, and like liberating you in a sense and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think I'd need that, but I was like, okay, cool. Like going into it, and that just helped me have like a good trip going into it, as well as just having homies like Langford and Gary and stuff like that, and Kelly.
yeah, awesome. That's awesome feedback. And again, even in the 2 grams, kind of you want to prep for it. Even microdosing, you want to treat it with respect. Here you go, Bob. He's smoking. And and so we did our big trip, and we decided to do it on a Halloween night. So you guys know 2020 was fucking crazy Halloween night. The energy in the air.
Oh my god.
People want to go out. They're stressed. They said don't go out for Halloween, and there's a lot of tension in the air. And there was There was a full moon. There was some kind of celestial event going on. I forget.
Yeah.
Some kind of alignment going on, but energy was crazy. And so I'm going to talk about the trip we did. So we did a shamanic dose. It was a little over 6 grams, but this was a super intense. Yeah, I put some wax on there. There's a super intense batch. It was probably 30-40% stronger than any. I've done 6, and it felt like freaking 10. So I did the same amount, 6 grams. Everybody did 6.6. It was really about equivalent to about 8 or 9. And what I remember, first of all, I was straight fetal position already, so I know it's like, holy shit, this is hitting hard. It hit way harder than we thought, so that was surprise.
Oh my god, yeah. No, yeah, definitely.
And I got a cue, and I was like, what happened? What's going on here? And I felt like we hit 10 grams. And Kelly, who had done the 2 grams with us, she's like, you did not give me, this is not double what we did last time. This is, you can tell it's like 4 or 5. It was a totally different batch than with the 2 grams, so really, it hit hard. I was in a fetal position, so what I noticed first, so I know this guy's ready, he was straight, fucking meditative in a fucking lotus position the whole time, thing over his eyes and riding it through. So that right there shows me he's ready to go big, and I need somebody to go big with me and able to navigate in there. So thank God he came around, right? I think nobody else is really. So what I remember, I don't know if you remember, one part is so he would, when you're in the group thing, you can feel the waves. Everybody feels the waves together, and you feel something coming, or you feel a hard download, and you can kind of
waves.
waves, and I could look at everybody else and can see they're going through the same thing. And so I would talk him through the hard parts, and he would sit there. Oh, that's what that was. I'm like, oh, I'll be shaking and shivering and shit. Oh, that was a hard download. And he goes, oh, that's what that was. So, he was taking the downloads in stride. What else? We had definitely a AI kind of trip to. You were saying something about Tokyo or Tokyo disco techno.
Fractal snake.
Yeah.
That felt like interdimensional, and it was like all, I don't know, all cultures. It felt like what all cultures stem from.
Yeah, it was
like whenever we see the snake in like mythology and stuff.
Yeah. So we got little Asia, little India, little and there's a technical part. I guess there's a little maybe binary code or something. And it was a brutal download, very bright. I saw orange and pink. He saw, I think, pink or orange, he said too. And it just came out. That was a hard download. It just really hit us, and then I looked over, and then you can tell he's taking it, but he's taking it stride the whole way. And he wrote it out better than I did. I have to say that. So.
Dude, okay. Yeah,
go ahead.
So I guess like writing it out and stuff. For the past few years, like I want to say like 4 years ago or something, I actually had part of my journey when I was doing psychedelics where I stopped playing. I used to heavily play video games. I used to heavily, eat junk food and like smoke weed all the time. I mean, like I still smoke, but I used to smoke like 14 bowls a day. It wasn't helping me like go anywhere and stuff. And I feel like I've been meditating, exercising, and all that kind of like even led up to the trip, where a part of myself kept telling me, if I wasn't prepared, if I didn't do this extra work or these meditations or working with certain deities, I probably would have been ripped apart actually during my trip. Not to say like that happens to everybody, but at least for myself, it's like the shrooms and psychedelics give you what you need, and it's like if you aren't at the level, like I don't know, it's testing me. And if I didn't pass the test, then it's like not I'd be lost, but it's like I don't gain as much maybe. And dude, there's a hard time.
So we got cut off. We talked about a little bit already of the Halloween trip. We're gonna go. I'm just go about how brutal it was and how brutal what it's like on brutal trips. What I felt.
Yeah.
What I feel is like I'm purging suffering of, before I was purging myself. I've been doing this a few years, so I'm good. I'm eternally. But I feel like I was purging the emotions of others. Like, we look down over the valley here, and I can feel like the bad and shit emotions and energy of everybody, and we had to process that. I call it suffering for the sins of others.
Were people even like yelling at some point?
Like, there was little sirens. It was crazy night.
Like everything was like going off at once.
Yeah, it was like we came out and we were like, what the? We just felt there was a lot of crazy energy in the air that day. But you have to transmute it, and so some of it, I don't know. That's what I felt. You either purge it or transmute it into something else. But it's raw. That's why I'm just in the field, closing my eyes, and not as bad as higher doses, but that day was really rough, and I was kind of felt guilty for taking them up. And Kelly was her idea. She goes, "I'm sorry, guys." At one point, we're just sitting there shivering, and she's like, "I'm sorry, guys. It was my idea." But how about the rough part for you?
Dude,
Or was it even rough for you?
The thing is, like, I looked like I was keeping it together, but I was just doing what my meditations taught me. Like,
that's what it's for.
Even in life, when you start to freak out, and like I've even had like really psychedelic and weird experiences. not tripping. So it was kind of just like you just gotta breathe through it, and that's what I really learned is when it gets really hard, it's just you gotta keep breathe. You gotta be open to the change in all ways, and what's coming, and you can't let it destroy who you are as a person. Or I mean, you can't let it overtake you. Like, but at the same time, you have to go with what it's showing you. It got so I don't know how to describe it. It's like your mind is being torn apart at some points, and then it's being put back together and torn again and put back together, and like I felt so disoriented. When I look back, I feel like it like you get over it and you're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. But like, oh my god, during it you're like, fucking please never again.
Why did I do this?
Why the fuck would I do this to myself?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, like, oh, dude.
So yeah, that was the rough part. And but on the opposite end, you get rewarded after that for all that stuff.
Yeah.
When we come out in the end.
Yeah, you got.
So we went in about 3:30, 4. We come out. We thought we were gonna be out at sunset.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Met at sunset. We all kind of came out at sunset about 4 hours later. Somebody else had come up the mountain to meet us. They were late, and they took theirs late. But as they came up, they took pictures. So we had a full moon on the left. We had a sunset on the right. We were fucking gone. It was like another world. It was beautiful. I can't explain it. That's where we got the name Mount Olympus. We're on Mount Olympus. This is the most beautiful. Like, it's not fair. It wasn't. I felt guilty to. Felt that much pleasure. Humans shouldn't have that much pleasure. It was so awesome. That's how
we earned it.
Yeah, we earned the shit.
You gotta earn the pleasure.
We were on Mount Olympus. We felt like we were fucking gods, and it was fucking beautiful. But that wasn't the trip. We went back in again, and another hour or two of hard, because we had to interrupt it. But we got waking up enough to see the sunset. I'll post pictures up right here.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I remember
and luckily, the guy that came took pictures for us. So yeah, but afterwards was bliss. It was blissful. Kelly didn't want to leave the mountain before she got at the hard part. She was ready to go, but then she wanted to stay after that, and everybody loves it. It's just heaven up there. I mean, everything's glowing. There's sage up there glowing. How about you afterwards?
Did you have a part? Okay, so like when you were saying like we went in and out, I felt like I was like, oh, this is done, and then like it just it just started happening. Even
that's what I said. We came out. He kind of brought us out, but we weren't really out. So after the sun, we enjoyed the sunset. It got another hour or two of fucking. Oh shit! We're still going.
yeah. It's like, oh, you said we're on Olympus, and I felt like I was just going straight into my Akashic records, and it's like if I didn't have the if I didn't build the intuition to know where to go, then I wouldn't have like gotten to go there and shit. And it felt like I don't even know. It felt like I was hacking the Matrix. But I mean, like even so,
That's what So this guy has a background in metaphysics. That's why I know he was ready. He has great knowledge on it, and there's with that he has meditated before. And so you kind of you got to definitely get in there and go, oh, this is what I've been training for. I mean, even my weightlifting now, I know. Oh, this is why I've been hitting this weightlifting, this kind of stuff, because this is this is really demanding, physically demanding, and mentally demanding. And when you're in there, you want to be able to wherewithal to be able to navigate, right? So, yeah, that's very important stuff there. Just get ready, all your prep before.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm thirsty.
Okay, I'll get you some water.
Played Raw 420, and I was just like, the boys with us, like.
All right, we took another break. Coming back, I think I left off on how awesome we felt at the end of the trip, and we're recalling some stuff that we had forgotten. It's pretty cool. And the music stuff. And anything else right now?
I think I was just talking about some anime stuff.
Oh yeah, he was talking about the anime. So and that's a good leeway into prepping. What do you think you're gonna do for the next your next dose? How much you thinking? It's gonna be we're gonna do somewhere on spring equinox. Psychonauts, welcome to join us and meet us on the astral planes. We'll see you there. Check out my videos. I can prove that we will meet.
Yeah, dude, people will feel it. Actually, that's almost like
That's March the 21st, I believe, as equinox, folks.
That's like I guess we could like get a specific time later.
Yeah.
And then we could also go live while tripping.
Oh,
I mean, you know, if you want, like
I can't do that, but yeah.
Just like, like
I'm thinking you should go 10 Gs.
Dude, I was thinking that I have.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, like I have a small nug at the moment, stuff like that. I'm gonna wait 1 second. Oh, dude. Oh yeah, but I have a small. I said nug. Well, I have a small cap cap stem at the moment and stuff like that. I've just like left it on my like Ganesh altar, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna wait to do this, and I was gonna micro. I don't even know how much that is. I think it's only like probably actually more than I thought. Maybe it's like 1.5, like I guess, or something like that. And I was gonna micro, and then yeah, I think I'd be ready for 10 grams. Cause like that's just.
I agree.
Like it's just going up in levels and shit like that.
And maybe I'll probably do 10 too. So since we on the same level. So.
You've also already done how much?
Yeah, I did the 21 grams, and I'm good with that for at least a year.
Dude,
you never know. I might get the calling.
2 birds just flew,
yeah,
dude.
2 doves.
2 doves. Those were doves.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That's funny.
So, so spring equinox. That's where we're gonna go in, and then the prep. Again, our prep work. We have this awesome. What do you call it, Diane? What does she do?
Dude,
I don't want to say witch.
No. Because it's more than that. Because she has like, dude.
So what she does, she sets up a protection circle for us before we go in, and so we go into the astral planes. We have protection. She's sending guides, whoever, animals, bears, whatever. And since she's been doing this, the trips have been a lot smoother. And there's always a real confirmation as we go up. So as I take somebody up, she'll call the animal that's going to visit us, and she was called ravens one time. Ravens. She called the hawks.
Yeah. How many? We saw 2 hawks.
Yeah, when she called
the
them.
first trip, and I think I took 2 grams that day.
Yeah. Then we saw watch out for this trickster, and she said as soon as she posted that we were walking on the mountain, it was a raven, and then you see the ravens, and then she also did that with somebody else, and then we saw more. Yeah, she said the hawks, and then.
We saw 6 hawks, dude.
Yeah, 6 fucking hawks.
We saw 6
There's a lot of animal confirmations.
I was like, I don't even know if I want to do this.
Yeah,
and then I saw 6 hawks, and I was like,
and you know you're in trouble.
I can't not do this now. Like,
so I have where we do it is a little nature preserve, and these rare animals that I live here, but you rarely see these groupings, and so like today a black hawk came, and it's rare as O'Shea comes, a black hawk, or Diane comes, a black hawk appears. So.
You saw Black Hawk today?
Yeah, that's how I wanted to.
Oh, where'd you see that?
As soon as you went in the house, so that's the
shit,
confirmation.
that's funny,
so I get
dude.
my animal confirmations from that I'm doing everything right here.
Oh, dude.
And then and that happened. We didn't really get besides those up there, we didn't really see anything else. So I was expecting an owl or something. What?
Yeah, but like, he wanted to talk about like prepping for psychedelics or prepping. Oh my gosh, the sun is so in my eyes.
Right.
Yeah, I don't mind. That's whatever. But prepping for, or actually, what were you saying?
Yeah, prepping for the next.
Okay. I guess like actually like just so this can be also like it's all informative, but informative podcast. What do you think? Because like you're someone that's really good. You exercise. You're a trainer. You do like you're into metaphysics and psychedelics and all these things, like so it's like the body, the mind, and the soul. I guess all that you have a really good balance of where you're going, or at least seeing where you're supposed to go, especially like taking 21 grams. What do you think is the best ways to prep for psychedelics for people that haven't even done it, but as well for an advanced person that just wants to go back to it if they haven't, hit the gym in a while, like.
Oh, I just say like if you exercise, any kind of exercise where you're kind of pushing your limits and going beyond and trying to advance and going to the uncomfortable zone and being able to perform stuff like that. So it could be running, it could be weightlifting, even yoga, going through that stretch and holding it through the painful, and just meditating and able to deal with your inner self. And
Being able to deal with.
and also
yourself.
another thing that nobody really talks about is you got to claim your sovereignty. So you got to not be. People are putting a lot of like politics. You can't be in politics whatsoever. You can't watch the news because you're putting too much of your auric investment into
Don't waste your energy.
into things you have no control over. And so I've seen a lot of people really getting taken down, especially in 2020. Ooh, they were getting demolished by letting their investment into external, like the news and stuff, really take them down. So, yeah, stop watching the news, stop watching TV. Learn and meditate and physically be healthy. Be healthy. And also, we don't, like 2 days before we go in, I don't eat any processed food. I try no of processed meats for sure. Because you will feel the pain of the animal when you do so.
Oh, that's what that was? Yeah, dude, that limited. Yeah, I felt like things were dying around me.
There we go.
And I was like, what is this feeling? And then, I don't know, I don't even know if I was brought to a past life or like what it was, but yeah, I ate actually Jersey Mike's. I was hungry as fuck.
There we go.
And I ate Jersey Mike's sandwich right before.
There it
I was
is.
like, I shouldn't have done that.
So I learned. I ate some bacon, some.
Oh,
ate some
God, I
pork
could
one
not-
day.
Yeah,
I felt I
same
could
thing,
feel
yeah.
I could feel this pig sadness, and I had to deal with the pig torture for probably 30 minutes of just straight. Just
Yeah,
you gotta
died.
you gotta deal
So
with
you
this.
could
So
eat.
yeah, I'm ready. When I eat protein now, I thank the animal that I'm eating, and I try to do cage free shit. And yeah, oh, that's all. That's everything. It's everything. Um, Another big thing is follow your natural rhythms. When the sun goes down, try to go to sleep. Try not to stay up late or with a computer. At least not artificial light in your eyes. That helps big time. Artificial light is, at least when you do go to bed, turn everything off. Totally black. Do that. And then, breath work is used. Try some Wim Hof stuff. It's awesome. The huge one to go, if you're going to high doses, the face dunking. So you do a Wim Hof breathing technique. You can look it up with an ice face dunk. And you have 2 levels of discomfort to deal with. And that's like a mushroom trip. Mushroom hydro, you might have 30 levels of discomfort.
What is that like?
So you hold your breath, so you have the discomfort of not being able to breathe. Then you have the ice on your face, which is brutally shocking and uncomfortable also. And so you say, what am I going to put my head out? Is the ice making me put my head out, or is me is not being able to breathe? But having to deal with different levels of discomfort and
I'm gonna try that.
and able to relax through it, man, that goes a long way for me. So I think that's made my 21-gram trip really smooth. And also another buddy who does it, and he was able to do high doses too, a little bit. So yeah, stuff like that.
I like what you said, like relax in the discomfort.
Yeah, you have to relax into. If you're tense and fighting it, you're and like the trip. If you're fighting after your trip, you're gonna have a rough trip.
Cause dude, Troy.
You're tense. Yeah, you're tensing
Troy
up.
was fighting it.
Yeah, and we
He was
saw.
like, he was fight. Like I mean, it was good. He was like he fought. Like he fought the battle. But
Yeah,
like,
so yeah, we had he's a warrior, so he's a like
Troy,
me.
yeah,
we're
Troy.
working out, we're fucking so he went up with us and we watched him fight for we rode him through, we were supporting him verbally, he could hear us and probably weighing him. He's another dimension though, and he's pacing and just shaking and dealing with whatever he has to deal with.
I think that's that resistance.
And definitely, he was not writing it out.
It's like, and that's I guess that there's those. Yeah, you gotta just write it out and like let it. I like almost like a movie, right? Like you might go in to see, but like I don't know, the new X-Men or something like that. You're like, oh, it's gonna be this way, and then it's like you haven't seen it before, and then it's like you're just letting it take you, and like I was kind of like, oh, okay, when we do DMT, right? The goddess, dude. The goddess always just like whispers in like my ear or something like that. She just like, I mean, last time was Bachman, but like, but she just like whispers in my ear, and then she like takes me to wherever like I need to go.
That's the goddess in DMT.
And it's like, dude, if I didn't have her, I'd probably trip out because I'm like, yo, it's like in a video game, if you're just starting it and they make the voice female.
Yeah, right.
Whoa, it's so soothing, it's so beautiful, but it's like in the intro screen, if it's a dude, I'm like, it's like, do this.
Yeah,
and I'm
I know,
like,
right?
nah, like I need like I'll
That's
listen
true.
to that chick though. Like
Maybe that's it. Maybe
like,
that's it. That's
the
a
goddess
good point.
really leads you to where you're meant to go and stuff like that. Like,
Oh yeah, and then big feminine energy this last year. So yeah, the goddess Gaia, she's really more present now than ever. So it's yep, she put her hands in. So I said the goddess. See a little hand. So yeah, especially on my 21 gram trip, I'll bring that back. I actually saw the moon as the sun, and then I went to the last full moon of the year, and here I have video. The moon was red, glowing almost like a sun, and that was a sign that I don't know, age of Aquarius stuff, divine feminine taking over. It's her time. So something's going on with that. So that's all I got to say about that.
I
But you?
like that. Like that's that reminds me of Sekhmet energy.
Yes.
Because it's like she's like calming. She's Bastet. She's calming. She's the moon. But at the same time, if you rile her, she gets like she becomes the sun. She becomes like Sekhmet and like that powerful
Burn
energy.
the fuck out of you.
And, like, oh yeah, oh I've been.
Yeah, she's pissed.
She
She's
puts you through
pissed. You don't
trials.
want to be on her bad side, definitely. So
Okay, is that pretty
the
much
goddess
it?
is here. Say hi. So you talk about the goddess, and then she shows up. That might be it for this one, unless we think of something else.
Oh, the goddess comes by.
We got a shitload of other topics though, so stay tuned.